Hey guys, welcome to Carpool Collecting. Let's get moving. Hey everyone, Jon The Everyday Collector here, and welcome to my new show, Carpool Collecting. This is going to be the show where we talk collecting while I drive. We're going to talk about figures, statues, whatever the community wants to talk about. I really want to make this a community-focused show. I want you guys to riddle the comment section with questions and opinions and great comments. And I also want you guys to help me come up with topics for the show so that we can discuss while I'm driving. We're part of a great community. Let's keep it respectful and continue to build this amazing family. Now, guys, the first topic that we're going to talk about today is some news that we got last week in the statue world. This is coming from Prime 1 Studios, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about it. And this is the 1/3 Alien Big Chap release that they put out. Now, this is a little controversial because the company, Prime 1 Studios, has listed this as, they've just come straight out and listed it as a re-release, which you absolutely hate to hear. And it is. It basically is a re-release. What it was a couple years ago, they released the same statue. They've made some tweaks to this release. It had a wall, and they made some tweaks to the base. But the company is coming out and absolutely stating that it is a re-release word for word. And the collecting community is pretty upset. You know, I put up some polls around some of the Facebook some of the statue pages, and you know, I asked, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that companies should be re-releasing statues with edition sizes? And for the most part, the majority of people said no, they shouldn't be re-releasing statues. The original release had an edition size of 250, okay, and came in at a price point, I believe, of $1,949 US, which is pretty pricey. Okay, if I'm buying a statue with an edition size of 250 at almost $2,000, why would you re-release the same statue? And I know I'm gonna hear it, it's not the same statue because it doesn't have the wall and the base is changed. But for me, in my opinion, that isn't enough of a change to warrant a re-release, for it not to be considered a re-release. For me, the alien is still in the same pose, same scale. That's a re-release. The other big issue with this release is the fact that the collectors who purchased the statue originally, a lot of the statues came with damages. Okay, and people had reached out to Prime 1 saying, "Hey, my statue came damaged. I need new pieces." And Prime 1, unfortunately, didn't really have spare parts to offer people. The pieces wouldn't peg in correctly. So their solution to this issue was, we'll give you, I believe it was an $80 credit towards a future Prime 1 piece, or you send us back the statue. And the problem with sending them back the statue is it was going to be at the collector's expense. You'd have to send it back to Prime 1 at your own expense. That's crazy. That's crazy. So some community members are upset because, well, they didn't want to recast parts back then to be able to supply collectors with replacement pieces. But 2-3 years later, they're recasting the parts to do a re-release. That's bad business. In my opinion, that's bad business. I know there was a collector, not going to mention any names. I know we showcased it on Club. But the collector had mentioned, well, now that you're recasting these parts, can I get my parts from my old piece? Can you provide me the broken parts, the repaired parts for my old piece? And Prime 1 said, you know, right now we don't have spare parts. You got to wait till the piece is out and in production, and then you can email us. But there's no guarantee because it's a new statue and we're not sure that it's going to peg in. Like, at the end of the day, I don't know. I think that's bad business. I think that they should have thought about the collector and rectified the issue from the beginning. If you have collectors with the statue, the original statue, and there's issues with it. They're paying $2,000 US. There's issues with it. You're coming out with a re-release, and not only they came out the re-release, the verbatim they used to market the re-release is craziness. They're saying, "Oh, we've come out now with a more compelling piece. We've removed the wall and come out with a more compelling piece." How can you say that to people who supported you with your original release? I think it's bad business. What really scares me is this going to be a new trend? What are we going to see re-released next? Hush Superman? I really wonder how the community would react if we saw a Hush Superman re-released. I know the new collectors would love it. The people who missed out on the original release, they'd love it. But you have to think about the people who forked over all that money for that limited piece with an edition size. You have to think about them and you know, like how that would work. It doesn't make sense. I think re-releases are bad, leave a bad taste in the mouth. All right, we're not entitled. Look, I didn't buy Hush Superman either. I missed out on it as well, and I still wouldn't support a re-release. It's just, I think it's bad business. Now, let's get something straight here. I'm not saying don't revisit the character. Revisit the character. Just, you know, make tweaks. Tweaks in the sense of a different scale, a different pose. Why is the alien in the same scale and the same pose? Why? Because you have the molds and it keeps money in your pocket? Come on, guys. It's bad business. Tweak the statue. Give it a different pose. Give it a different scale. Then we can talk. Okay? But to come out and blatantly just say, yeah, here's a re-release. Hope you guys are excited. Pre-order it. And the edition size is to be announced. They didn't even give us a number on the edition size. For me, it's craziness. I want to hear your thoughts. Guys, leave a comment in the comment section. Let's just be respectful. You know, opinions are great, but let's respect each other. There's enough drama in this community already with all this back and forth and this and that. Just keep it respectful. This show is about respect and debating opinions in a respectful way. We're not going to be disrespecting each other. All right. So I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say. You know, I saw the polls. Most people really don't accept this re-release concept. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Give me some more ideas as to what you want the next topic to be, and we'll talk about it. Or we can even continue this one based on some of the comments that I get. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure with you guys. This is Carpool Collecting. I hope you enjoy it, and to many more episodes. And always remember, guys, drive safely. Till next time.